everyone. I'm Vikram Krishnamurti, Executive Director at the Delaware Center for Horticulture, and it's my pleasure to be here in Wilmington's Northwest with Subira Ibrahim, who's a longtime DCH tree steward. She's been involved with DCH for many years in both tree planting projects and also caring for trees in her neighborhood. So Subira, it's a real pleasure to welcome you here.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, although I'm in your neighborhood, so you're welcoming us here. Now, you're also a neighborhood and city leader here with the 1st District Neighborhood Planning Council.
Yes.
Can you talk a little bit about your experience with involving people in the neighborhood and involving residents in these kinds of efforts?
Well, through the 1st District Neighborhood Planning Council, we're sort of the liaison between the community and the mayor's office. So any information that the city wants to put out, they usually try to put it out through the planning council. So Planning Council is the umbrella of all the civic associations within the 1st District. And so by being a part of that, I have the opportunity to sit at the table with department heads, community groups, DCH. If there's any information they want to share, they can bring it to the Planning Council, the leadership, and then we sort of disperse it in the community. So when we can disperse the information and you're talking with civic associations, the civic associations get all the information to give to their community members. And that's how we get the information.
Right. Well, this takes funding resources to do this kind of work. And I think that, we at DCH can talk about trees all day, as you know. I think the message is different when it comes from a neighborhood and community leader. So I know that one of the things we've really appreciated about your leadership is that you have made your own specific efforts to secure funding for a lot of this work.
Yes.
So can you talk about that a little bit in terms of what a difference that can make in getting these kinds of things done?
Well, it does make a big difference because when it comes to some of the streetscapes that we've done, having a relationship with our state representative, our state senator, our county council person, and our city council representatives, they want to enhance the neighborhoods just as well as we do. Mm-hmm. And so we try not to ask for a lot, but we have been sort of successful at getting funding to do some of our projects. We also, through the Planning Council, we get funding through the city, and when we get those kind of funds, we try to put it into beautification. So as long as we have the funding, and we do other things other than beautification, but the beautification projects always go a little further at times, and just sort of try to do it through whichever funding we have.
Yeah. That's great.
It works.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate your efforts. So. Well, it's really pretty quiet here, and there's some tree work happening in the cemetery we can hear. You mentioned that these trees here that since they've been planted, it's really made a difference in kind of the look and feel and the whole sense of community here in the neighborhood. Could you talk about that a little bit in terms of what the trees mean for the neighborhood?
Well, the trees. Well, they enhance the neighborhood because if you can just imagine when the trees weren't here and it was just concrete, I think when people come on our block and in our area, they see it's a little different. They see it's quiet. We do have children that play and sometimes they hang on trees and we have to holler, get off the tree, but we see they have an appreciation because even though we did the trees here, we had several members on the block that planted trees. So it just enhances the neighborhood. We really do need to get other blocks to plant trees, but sometimes in our urban environment, everybody don't understand the value of the tree. And that's what we should work more on, getting people to sort of understand the need of trees.
So, Subira, I think my last question is, you've been a longtime resident of this neighborhood. As you think about the future and these trees, but also beautification efforts, what do you think about the role of beautification in terms of the future of this neighborhood and this part of the city?
Well, long as I'm here, we try to keep it up. We have a streetscape project that is we did on Market Street between 31st and 33rd, which has trees on both sides as well as street lighting, decorative lighting. It's just a big effort to just continue in that effort when it comes to the streetscapes. When we have businesses moving in, we try to see if we can communicate about putting in trees. It's just taken a while. I mean, at one time, like I said, you had no trees, and now we have a lot of trees. And we just have to keep up with that effort of putting in trees and showing people the value of a tree. And it could be, too, that maybe DCH could talk to some of the students in the schools and let them know the value of a tree. And that might also enhance, we might be able to get some youth to become tree stewards.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Thank you, Subira. Well, thanks for all you do and for keeping things going. You're a real neighborhood leader. We really appreciate your role.
Thank you, Dave.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.